as women that love to, buy very nice products. And when the new lady will come in, the machine will automatically understand that she is also a fashionista because she is similar, and will offer her exactly what she needs. So the learning will be quite similar to what the me as the human did in the shop itself. And within the machine learning, there's another subject called deep learning. And deep learning is a subject that helps us to learn from big subset of data where we don't even have to enter this database of fashionista ladies. The machine will learn itself if it's a fashionista or not, and by that will offer the right product. So the AI is actually trying to copy human intelligence by learning from past experience and by labeling objects automatically in order to be able to track them and in order to be able to offer the right product and, of course, make everybody happy. I think that just to summarize this small introduction to AI, because it was really fast and short, the most interesting AI experience that we had was 23 years ago in 1997 when Deep Blue, the machine from IBM, the computer from IBM, beat Garry Kasparov in chess. And that was 23 years ago. We are much after that, and AI is still getting into the market. So the potential in deploying AI in your business is huge, and the question is how to do it smartly. And what we do in AtScale, we help you actually to get better performance in your advertising across Google, Facebook, and Instagram with AI. We have an AI technology that creates automatically campaigns across Google, Facebook, and Instagram. And in 2 minutes, I'm going to show you how easy it is. And automatically optimizes the campaigns, generating an average return on advertising spend of 1,000%. This is true. So let me show you how we do that. First of all, we have plugins to all the major platforms, and of course to Magento 1.9 and to all the Magento 2s. We have a plugin that you deploy within the platform itself. Once the plugin is deployed, and it's usually quite simple, it's a matter of few clicks, even though in Magento nothing is a matter of few clicks, but it should be quite simple, and if not, we can help you with that. The system is doing the following things. First of all, it tries to create the optimal advertising plan for your store based on two signals. Signals that we get from the store itself. So we basically analyze the order history and we learn about the average order value and the average product value and the repeat customer purchase and the repeat customer rate, etc., etc. And on the other hand, we also learn from the advertising platforms and from the fact that we are having many customers, so we can basically see and analyze what works for them. So we are trying to analyze what works for customers like you, and by that we can very easily start with a plan that will not have to wait for 2-3 months until the data will be gathered. So the first step is to analyze your store, look at stores like you, see what works for them in general. Of course, we don't get into details of any store, and based on that, build a plan. Once the plan is built, the next step is to create campaigns. And now I'm going to show you a sample on the system itself. So I'm gonna just open a demo system I made. This is AtScale. And what I'm gonna show you now is how do you create campaigns easily across all platforms. So basically, I just click new and campaign. And then just to start, I want to establish a new campaign called, I don't know, summer sale. Okay. Then I need to define exactly where do I want to advertise. Let's just put it USA. I want to advertise across all USA and let the AI define what are the good places in the USA and what are less. I can define the demographics. And the system asks me what type of ads would I like to create. Now we have three types of ads. Ads that are leading to the homepage, ads that are leading to the product pages, and we can also add ads that are leading to specific pages. It could be a collection page, it could be a search page, it could be even an external landing page, any page you want. Let's just, for the sake of this presentation, define that I want to create product ads. The next thing is to define where would I like to advertise. And I tell the system, I just want to advertise everywhere. And then the system asks me, what are the types of audiences that we want to target? So we have both remarketing and new traffic audiences on Facebook. So I say, well, I would like to have both page visits, abandoned carts, and purchases, meaning remarketing to people that purchased in the past. But I also want to have new traffic for lookalike and similar audiences. I can upload custom audience. And I also want to target my audience by interests. So for instance, if I'm selling t-shirts, I can just add some interests into the system. In the next phase, the AI shows me what he recommends, what the AI recommends to be the most the products that we are going to push. And you can see that the AI selected 37 products out of my store. You can see the products here. And it's up to me to say, well, I agree with you, Mr. AI, or not. I want to not to advertise this one, but I do want to advertise this one, etc., etc. So I can define which products I want to advertise. We strongly recommend just to rely on the AI. The AI knows exactly what works best, and you can rely on that, but it's not a must. It's up to you to define the products you want to advertise. Next step is to put some data in it, some copy. Now here we have interesting situation. First of all, as you can see, some of the data is pulled automatically from the store. So AdScale pulls data from your store. It is the descriptions and the product names and the pictures, and we also match the picture with the different ad sizes. So the pictures would look good, and if it won't look good, we will not show it. But we also have a predefined content for each and every industry with at least 20 options of ads that were written by a professional copywriter. So you can either use them or tweak them and very easily make a very good copy that will attract people to your store. You can see on the right-hand side how the ads would look like. Of course, you have all types of ads here, okay? Carousels and feed of carousel and like all the types and how it looks like will be shown over here. And that's it, basically. The next step is to define when would you like to advertise, days and hours, put your budget, and that's it. And within like 3 to 4 minutes, I've just created, and you can see that on the left-hand side, campaign for the products that I want to advertise. And the campaign runs with new traffic by interest, new traffic by lookalike audience, remarketing for abandoned carts, remarketing for purchases, remarketing for people who visited the website, search campaign on Google, and shopping campaign. The system creates automatically a merchant center and builds a shopping campaign for you. So within just a few minutes, I have huge presence across the network. I have campaigns that are built in the way that the best optimizer in the world would have built them, and everybody can do that. And it's so simple. And I can always add more campaigns or more ads to the system. and I can always change. I mean, if I just want to have a different, say, a different text for the abandoned carts, then I just click on the right hand and I can change it for that specific ad. So it's super easy, super simple. You don't need a media agency to do that for you. You can do it yourself and save a lot of costs. And within just a few minutes, you have your campaigns up and running. We will get back to the system in a few minutes when I explain how you analyze the data. But at this point, what I wanted to show is the easiness of creating campaigns with AdScale. Everyone can advertise like a pro, very easy. Okay, so at the first stage, we learned your order history in order to create an advertising plan or recommend on an advertising plan. In the second stage, you just build campaigns very easily with the system. On stage 3, the system automatically optimizes your campaigns 24 hours a day, and I'll explain the optimization method. Basically, in order to understand how optimization works, we first of all need to understand the picture that we see right now on the screen. We see a heat map. In the heat map, we have the days and the hours, and we see some green hours, which are the good hours, where the revenue is high and the cost of purchasing the CPA is low. And we have red hours that it's totally the opposite, low revenue, high cost, and all kind of colors in between, because the reality is not just black and white. And the attempt of the system is to find the best way to invest the budget and the bids on the times that are best for you. It's just that on your store and on each and every other store, there isn't just one picture. There is one picture for Facebook, which has a certain information, and a different picture for shopping, and a different picture for search, and a different picture for Instagram. And actually, even every campaign has its own picture, and every ad has its own picture. So in the end of the day, we have a lot of data. And the attempt of the system is to take the data, learn it in real time, and generate out of that the best way to split your budget and your in your campaigns in a way that will create a very good return on investment for you. And we do that but with statistical capabilities. So our system analyzes the campaigns. We monitor the auction 24 hours a day. We create a distribution for each and every campaign, and using linear regression, I'll not get into that because I don't want to bore you. We define what's the best way to split the budget along the months and between the channels and the campaigns in order to maximize your revenue in the given budget. This is done automatically, 24 hours a day. You have an agent there, sitting there, and making sure that your interests are protected. Next to that, we have an automated bid optimizer that utilizes all kinds of statistical models, which I'll not get into that now, that helps you to maximize the performance with, playing with the bids. So there is a huge tool here that helps you to beat your competitors, because by the fact that you play at any row 10 steps, they just play one step. And there's no question who's going to win. I mean, let me give you just one example that happens, by the way, every day. Imagine that it's 8 o'clock in the evening, you're at home, the agency is at home, and your biggest competitor has just ended his daily budget. Our system recognizes that automatically. We know by looking at the ratio of CPC versus position that we get, for instance, in Google, we know that. So we immediately increase the budget and decrease the bids and collect all the impressions for a very low amount and make great performance. And a sample like that happens every day in every campaign, and there are many other samples. So the fact that you have an automated optimizer, sitting there in the auction and protecting your interest is huge. It's a huge value in the way that you can, increase your return on advertising spend. It also looks at the things that are not bid and budget. It, sharpens your audience targeting. It looks at the gender. It looks at the age. It looks at the geo. I mean, every single signal that we get, we analyze, and based on that, we invest more or invest less, or include or exclude in order to make your campaigns in the best shape that possible. We only generate what can be done, but you'll be amazed how much you can do with your budget. I mean, there's a lot of data there, and once you analyze the data automatically, you can play very smartly. So before that slide, I want to go to slide number 4, store to ad sync. I mean, stage 1, we learned the store, we created ads, we optimized them. It's important to mention that anytime you change anything on your store, it will be automatically reflected to the ads. So if you've changed, price or picture or content, or maybe your ads, your product is out of stock, so the ads will not be shown for that specific product. It's all automated, and by that you can ensure a very high and consistent customer experience, which increases the relevance and quality score, which improves the conversion rates, which brings you better ROI. It's all be done automatically, and basically there is no way to do it besides doing that automatically. Now, I promised to tell you about the analytics, and I think that what's special about in what we bring to the table here is the fact that with AdScale, you can match between your order number in the store and the conversions in Google and Facebook. And why is that critical? Because when you advertise today with Google and AdScale, let's take a sample on this specific, this specific order. You see an order from the June 11 for $70, and the user clicked on Google search and on Instagram. So now when you go to Google, you see one conversion of $70, and when you go to Facebook, you see one conversion in $70. But actually, when you look at your store, you do not have $140. You have $70, which means that it's very hard to know who created the the sale. And it's not just a matter of attribution; it's a matter of fact that you see one number in Google, one number in Facebook, maybe a third number in analytics, and a fourth number when it comes to the shop. Once you don't have the match to your order ID, you'll never be able to solve it. Now, this is quite convenient for agencies, for instance, because they come to you and say, hey, you have a return on investment of, I don't know, 7. Because they summarize Google and Facebook together, but they ignore the duplicated orders. And I can tell you, based on our experience of more than 1,000 shops, that the amount of duplicated orders for organizations that advertise both on Google and Facebook is about 30 to 40%. So if you thought you have a return on an ad spend of 7, most likely you have about 5, which is a huge difference. So the only place where you can see the data and you can, analyze the data when you are sure that the data that you get is accurate across Google, Facebook, and Instagram is in AdScale. In AdScale, you'll see exactly how much you get from Google, how much you get from Instagram, how much you get in general. All the duplication will be removed, and you can analyze it very easily. You can slice and dice the data by the channel, by the age, by the device, by the location, by the age, by the gender. I mean, all the the aspects that the segments that you want to see. But the data that you'll see here is super accurate, and you can verify that. You can go to your store, and you can see the order number. You can go to the Facebook and Google account and see the conversions. So it's super transparent, and it gives you peace of mind in the fact that the numbers that you see are accurate. Because most likely that if you think that you have a certain return on ad spend today, some of it is duplicated, and the numbers that you see are more related to the organic traffic that you've gotten in any way. So it's important to match that to the order number, and every time you see or hear that somebody tells you that you have a certain return on ad spend, ask for a report that matches that with your order number. Once you have it, you can know that the numbers are accurate. If you don't have it, it might not be accurate. Okay, so just to finalize, because I took a lot of your time and I do want to save some time for questions and answers. So just to summarize, before I'll put the nice picture of Julie, why to use AI with advertising? Because you get better performance. With AI advertising, with AdScale, you can get an ad by average. Our average customer gets an our average customer gets a return of 1,000% on the advertising spend. You can get more customers, you can get more revenue, you'll spend less time on the campaigns. If you're using an agency, you can definitely save the costs, and you can take your business to the next level. That's the AI revolution. We use data to take your business to the next level, because e-commerce is all about data. So if you want to get some more information about AdScale and try the system or ask questions, you can either go to our website, www.adscale.com, or contact Julie. You can see Julie's details on the screen right now. Before I leave some time for questions and answers, I'll just mention something very, very important. With AdScale, our pricing model is based on the sales that we generate for you. So basically, if I'll just just go to AdScale, let me just let's go here. Let's go to AdScale. You can see that on our pricing page, you only pay us for sales that we bring you. The sales that we bring you are transparent. You can look at that and you can verify that. And we make you a very good ROI. So you can play with our pricing table, and you can see, and when it says $50,000, it's $50,000 that we brought you. It doesn't include the things that you get organically. It's only with orders that we can say, here's the order number, here's the click on Google and Facebook. This is created by AdScale, and it's super transparent. So I think that in the end of the day, with AdScale, you will get much more results, and you'll pay much less than you pay today to your suppliers. So I think I will end now, and I'll just keep Julie's contact details on the screen, and I will leave some time for questions and answers. Maybe we do that on the chat. So if you have questions, just type them on the chat, and I will answer that. Amit, I don't know if I'm seeing all chats, so maybe you on your side can see some chats, but I'm happy to answer any question that you might have.
Yeah, of course. If I will see a chat, of course, I'll tell you. Also, you can ask questions for Ellie if you want. Okay, so first question that we have is from FTOS that asks if we provide the service in Europe. So do you want to answer that, Matti, or should I?
Yes. Sure. Yes, definitely. We support that in Europe. We have hundreds of European customers. We have a second headquarter in Eindhoven, the Netherlands, and we have also an office in Poland, in Warsaw. So just please contact us, and we will guide you to the right person to help you. Or you can just do it over the internet. It's up to you. But if you're using Magento, then usually a help is needed. So please just contact us. Drop Julie an email, and we will guide you to the right person to help you with everything you need. And probably if you have more questions, we can definitely guide you to the right person.
Another question that we have is about Argentina, South America.
So yes, definitely. We have actually an office in Brazil. It's a different language, but it's quite close. So definitely Ricardo speaks Spanish and Portuguese, and we have customers from Argentina, and we are happy to have customers from Argentina. So yes, again, just please drop an email to Julie, and we will contact you directly and help you.
How well does it work with B2B businesses?
Okay, generally, it doesn't really matter if it's a B2B or B2C, as long as we have some data to work with. In the end of the day, the system is looking at the data and not at the question whether it's a consumer or a business. I think, to be honest, that out of the customers that we have, maybe 25% are B2B, so most of them are still B2C, but it definitely works with B2B, and we definitely have customers, and it should be okay. As long as the purchase is being done online and the data can be tracked, there is no problem with the B2B. It will work very good.
Does it work with a new store?
Okay, so new stores, and it's an issue because we need some more time to generate the audience and to learn the audience. And new store doesn't have a history, so we cannot learn the order history. So if you connect a new store, please be patient because it will take us some time to learn the data. It will not come on the first day. So imagine 3-4 months just to give us some time. Another option is to try to create, I don't know, 40-50 sales by yourself, and then to connect the system, and then we have some data that we can start working with. With new stores, it always takes some more time because we need some time to learn the data, and we need some time actually to gather the data. So yes, there are many new stores that are starting with AdScale, but patience is a must here.
They ask if we have an Amazon integration and how can they use the tool with the Amazon store.
So as for now, we do not have an integration with Amazon. We are only working with Magento, Shopify, PrestaShop, Wix, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, OpenCart, maybe I missed one or two. BigCommerce, I said. I don't know if I said it. But we do not support Amazon at the moment, and I don't think that we will support Amazon in 2020. This is my honest answer.
Okay. What does EOL 1.9 Magento mean for AdScale?
I don't know what's EOL, but I do know that we support version 1.9. We have a plugin that end of life. Okay. Thank you, Christoph. Now I see the chat myself as well. It means that for us, it doesn't mean much. I mean, as long as the 1.9 will be alive, we have a plugin, and we will keep supporting 1.9. I don't expect it to be so quickly that 1.9 will be shut. We don't consume too much support from Magento, so at least for us, it doesn't really have a big effect. But I think that what Magento wants to tell everybody is to move to 2. So once you move to version 2, we have a solution for 2 as well.
Okay. Any more questions?
I think there's another question over there for new store. Do you have similar stores to assist with market retargeting? So when we look at the benchmark data that we have, we don't, we cannot touch by the GDPR the audience. So that's not something that we do or can do or allowed to do. What we do know is what works best in general. We know if we better put the more money in Facebook carousels or in shopping or in Google search or in single image ads, or in video ads. This is a benchmark that we can definitely use, and we use, and it's very helpful because, you know, with so many stores, we basically know exactly what's going to work for you. But with the retargeting, it's all based on the people that are visiting your store, and we do not and cannot and not allowed to, you know, take data from other stores. That's not something that we can do.
Okay. Anything else?
With the more questions, I'm happy to answer. I just say again that most likely that after this presentation, you might have a lot of questions. Julie is our business development, international business development. She will gather all the questions, and she will be able to answer you. So any question that you might have, just drop it to Julie. We will be happy to assist you, and we are quite confident that we can help you take your business to the next level and grow yourselves with AI technology. There's another question coming. How much is the minimum budget should put it? Okay, that's a good question. First of all, the minimum is $300 per month. We do not push anyone to put more than he can, or we do not push anyone to put more than he gets back. So the formula that we always, you know, recommend is to start small, put as much as you can. It could be as low as $300 or $3,000 or $30,000 or $3 million. We have them all. Put as much as you can, get the return on ad spend that you wish, and then double your spending. And then get again the ad spend that you wish, and then double your spending. And by that, we will be able to assist you to get the numbers. So the minimum is $300, but anything above that is welcome. Can we use the data from your AI to improve SEO? So basically, yes, you can see the data, and you have the data in the system, and you can use it for the SEO. It's quite helpful. It's important to mention that we also use the SEO data to improve our data, because our system, for instance, connects to the Google console, Search Console. And by analyzing the organic traffic that gets to your store, we pull out of that keywords that we recommend you to use. So definitely there is a kind of correlation between SEO and PPC. We use SEO data, and you can use our data to improve the SEO. Ben says, thank you. Thank you, Ben, for joining us today. And if there's any other question, then I'm very happy to answer. Take your time. And if not, again, then at any time, Julie will be able to assist you with any question that you might have. Okay, Amit, I see that there are no more questions, so maybe it's time to say, first of all, I'll say thank you, and thank you so much, Eli, for this interesting presentation and for joining us. That was really, really helpful.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Matti, and thank you, Eli. Thank you all for joining the webinar, and we will, of course, hold additional webinars in the future regarding AI and spreading knowledge. Thank you all.